aspiring educators. I am Bobby.
And I am Lyle.
And we will educate you about
Project-based and problem-based learning.
But before we dive into the nature of project and problem-based learning, it is crucial that we understand first what is learning from experience, or what called as experiential learning. Now, you need to be mindful to understand what is experiential learning, and part of it is to be aware of the myths about it. Like, experiential learning must happen outside the classroom. Experiential learning involves only experiences, and experiential learning gives faculty a break. These are not true, as they limit the totality of what is experiential learning, or learning from experience. To clarify, experiential learning is a blend of actual experiences and directed learning to allow the students to attain new concepts and ideas. In fact, according to Carlson and Werlinger in 2010, experiential learning includes hands-on learning, problem-solving process, real-world problems, concrete experiences, and learners interact with each other and the subject matter. As an example, last month in our literary criticism course, we are able to create a mini art exhibit. We are tasked to make an art to illustrate our understanding about various theories and approaches. Our topic was structuralism. We started with little to no idea what it is. It's complex. It's like an abstract artwork that is hard to interpret. But thanks to this activity, because we are able to collaborate ideas and research, we even decided to make our artwork all about the city of Davao and explain it through the lens of structuralism. In short, through hands-on learning, we gain knowledge, we engage and actively participate in the learning process, enhance our collaboration and communication skills, and make fun memories with the group.
As students, we love hands-on experiences and a chance to explore real-world problems. Learning becomes more engaging and meaningful when we are actively involved in solving issues or investigating topics. Problem-based learning and project-based learning both cater to this desire, though they approach it in different ways. Problem-based learning focuses on solving a specific or defined problem. So the teacher's role here is to present the problem and guide students through the solution process. And the student's role is to analyze the problem, conduct research, and develop solutions individually or in teams. An example would be a teacher shows a video clip of an athlete getting injured and asks questions related to the force, directions, and ligaments involved. Students then analyze the video, research the anatomy of the affected joint, and discuss possible causes of the injury. On the other hand, project-based learning focuses on investigating a broader topic or question. So the teacher's role here is to provide a framework and resources while allowing students more control over the projects. For the student, they can choose their own questions, methods, and solutions for the project. A fun example is the shrinking chip bag experiment, where a student places a chip bag in the microwave and observes how it shrinks. This sparks curiosity about polymers and materials that makes up the bag. Student can then research polymers and their uses in everyday objects like shoes, sports equipment, and clothing. So they can even design experiments to test different types of polymers and how they react to heat. So students can share their finding creativity through posters, videos, or presentations demonstrating their understanding of polymers and the real-world application. This simple experiment shows how PBL can make learning engaging, relevant, and fun.
Hi there, students! Today, we're breaking down 3 key learning theories and how they fit into problem-based and project-based learning. Let's dive in. First up is behaviorism. This theory views learning as a response to external stimuli. Imagine being unenthusiastic about a task until you hear about rewards or consequences. That's behaviorism in action, using positive and negative reinforcement to motivate learning.
So, how does behaviorism impact classroom learning?
Well, teacher, behaviorism impacts learning by using incentives and feedback to shape student behavior and motivation. Next is constructivism. Here, learners build new knowledge based on their past experiences. For example, if students are creating a video on politics, you'd start with discussions to tap into their existing knowledge.
How does constructivism influence project-based learning?
Teacher, constructivism helps by connecting new learning to what students already know, enhancing their engagement and understanding. What's that? Finally, cognitivism focuses on mental processes. For problem-solving tasks like a complex project, it's crucial to give students time to gather and process information, similar to needing ingredients before cooking a meal.
And how does cognitivism support problem solving?
Well, cognitivism supports problem solving by emphasizing understanding and organizing knowledge. To sum up, behaviorism, constructivism, and cognitivism offer unique insights into how we learn. Thanks for watching and keep exploring. Bye!
Good day everyone, I'm Teacher Queen, and today I'll introduce you to David Kolb's experiential learning theory, a unique way of understanding how we learn.
Wait, so are you saying, teacher, that learning is more than just reading books and taking notes?
Exactly, teacher. David Kolb, a renowned psychologist, believed that learning isn't just about memorizing facts, but experiencing and reflecting on those experiences. According to Kolb, learning is a process where knowledge is created through a transformation of experience. He identified two main ways of grasping experiences, either through concrete experiences, where we learn by doing, or abstract conceptualization, where we learn by thinking and understanding concepts. But that's not all. Kolb also talked about how we transform those experiences. It suggests that learners can start at any stage, whether by experiencing, reflecting, thinking, or doing, and move through the entire cycle for effective learning. This is important in a classroom because students have different preferences. Some might be more reflective and prefer to watch or think before doing, while others are more hands-on and like to jump in and experiment.
So, if one student is the type who likes to dive straight into the task, Kolb's theory says that's totally fine, right, teacher?
Exactly. As teacher, it's important to recognize this diversity in learning styles. By providing opportunities for both reflective thinkers and active experimenters, we can create an exclusive environment where every student can succeed. Kolb's theory reminds us that learning is a rich, dynamic process shaped by experience. Thank you for your time and curiosity. May we all continue learning through every experience. Goodbye!
For problem-based and project-based learning to be successful, there should be a focus on the use of technology, together with appropriate methods and strategies to reach maximum learning. Here, we'll explore some tools that may help us in implementing problem-based learning. 1. Learner-centered. Educators must put in mind that the knowledge, skills, and attitude of the learners should always be considered. Teachers could use tools like online surveys, polls, and collaborative online workspace to assist them in checking student progress and to better understand the learners. Second, collaborative. A well-selected technology tool should promote a community of learners that encourages productivity. Third, real-life applications. Authentic learning environments are created when students are capable of making connections between new material and the real world. We should remember that learning is stronger when it matters and engages critical thinking. Students are encouraged to explore a subject beyond limits of a given material in virtual environments. And with this, students become self-reliant. Specific technological tools can be used to close gaps in the problem-solving process. Lastly, in choosing appropriate tools, we should question ourselves if this tool is best to promote PBL. Does the tool encourage a learner-centered environment? Will the tool allow for collaboration among students? Does the tool promote real-world applications, or can the tool be used to facilitate investigation, problem-solving, and inquiry?
Maayong adlaw kaninyong tanan, I am Marlon Calyao and I will be discussing the model of constructive alignment in writing problem-based. So the model of constructive alignment in writing problem-based, it is a framework that ensures that all components of a learning activity are aligned to achieve specific learning outcomes. So in the context of problem-based learning or PBL, this means that the problem learning activities and assessment should work together to help students to achieve the desired learning goals. So as a teacher, it is our role to ensure to achieve the desired learning outcomes by creating an environment that supports the learning activities. It is also important that what the students need to know after the lessons, how do we determine what we want them to know by the end of the lessons, and how do we know if they know what we want them to know. So the constructive alignment is the coherence between assessment, teaching strategies, and intended learning outcomes in an educational program. So John Biggs, PhD from the University of London, developed the model of constructive alignment for designing teaching and assessment. First, we have the intended learning outcomes of the curriculum. The outcomes are formulated first. From this assessment, criteria are developed. Second, the assessment regime. Once an appropriate assessment regime has been designed, activities are organized that will teach the students how to meet the assessment criteria. And lastly, teaching and learning activities. What the teacher does and what the students do are advantage of the known tendency of students to learn what they think will be assessed, and it is called backwash. Big suggests that it is important that activities should be designed to enable students to learn how to demonstrate achievement at the highest level as described by the outcomes. So to conclude, learning activities are designed before the assessment.
Good day everyone, I am Junlei Hinakay. In this video, we'll be talking about the model of constructive alignment in writing a project-based learning plan. Did you know guys that John Biggs, a prominent educational theorist, introduced the concept of constructive alignment as a framework for effective teaching and learning. This approach emphasizes the importance of aligning learning outcomes, teaching activities, and assessment tasks to ensure a coherent and meaningful learning experiences. According to Biggs, constructive alignment in project-based learning, or PBL, involves first, clear learning outcomes. It means define specific goals and align with curriculum. Second, align teaching activities. This includes design relevant activities and foster active learning. And third, authentic assessment. Of course, assess understanding and align with outcomes. An example of this, guys, a high school geography class is studying the impacts of climate change in a coastal community. The project's goals are for students to understand the causes, impacts, and potential solutions to climate change. The class takes a field trip to a coastal community, listens to expert lectures, and conducts research on specific aspects of climate change. Students then present their findings and create models to demonstrate the impacts of climate change. This approach ensures that the learning activities and assessments are aligned with the project goals, providing a coherent and meaningful learning experiences. You know guys, by following these principles, educators can create PBL experiences that are engaging, meaningful, and promote deep learning. That's all guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Good day, I am Erica Villanueva, and now we are down to Lesson 5, which is the problem-based and project-based learning or PBL. It is an interdisciplinary teaching approach that engages students through carefully designed problems, encouraging problem solving and self-directed learning, teamwork, and subject knowledge application. There are two major problem-centered curriculum designs. First is the life situation design, which organizes content around real-life situations, allowing students to see the relevance of their studies and actively engage in improving their community. Second is the core problem design, which focuses on general education by centering on common human activities, needs, problems, and concerns of learners. In designing, implementing, and assessing PBL, it is required to utilize the 21st century skills, which are 4 Cs: the creativity, collaboration, communication, and creative thinking. The following are the 6 steps in problem or project-based learning. The first step in PBL is identifying suitable learning outcomes and developing formative and summative assessments to measure students' learning with a focus on process-oriented outcomes like research, problem solving, and collaboration. The second step in PBL is designing a real complex scenario related to course content that encourages diverse thinking, discussion, research, and learning, while motivating students and aligning with the learning outcomes.
Hello everyone, good day. I am Justin Julius D. Gonzalez, and today I will continue our discussion on writing a problem-based learning, or PBL plan, focusing on steps 3 to 6. Step 3. Introduce PBL. Some students might get familiar with PBL, so it's helpful to start with easier scenarios. For example, imagine dealing with a long line at the canteen. Students and groups can think about ways to solve this problem, share the solutions with class, and get used to the PBL process. It's important to let groups approach the problem in their own way, encouraging creativity and collaboration. Step 4. Research. In this step, small group discussions are key. Students begin by defining the problem, figuring out what they already know, and deciding what they need to research. They will write the problem as a research question, assign roles, and develop a hypothesis to guide their research. For example, a group might research how organizing the canteen line could save time. They could stay flexible as the research questions and hypotheses may change as they learn more. Step 5. Product performance. Once research is done, students create a product or presentation that shows their solutions and understanding. For instance, they might create a plan for improving canteen line management and present it to the class. It's up to the teacher to decide how these products are evaluated. But the key is that students learn by doing and presenting. Step 6. Assessment. Finally, group products are evaluated using rubrics and reflections. This helps determine if the learning goals were met and if all members contributed. Reflection is a big part of the process, as it helps students improve at future PBL activities. To wrap up, remember that PBL is not a one-way process. It's cyclical, involving constant learning, collaboration, and improvement. By using this method, students can better solve problems and gain deeper understanding. Thank you, and God bless us all.